Your brother has been listed as your son's father on every school form, the secretary said. I filled out those forms myself. I never wrote his name. I stared at her across the front desk while my brain tried to process what she'd just told me. My son Theo was starting 3rd grade and I came to update his emergency contacts. But instead of handing me the form, she pulled up his file with a concerned expression. According to our records, your brother Garrett has been listed as Theo's biological father since kindergarten registration. He's also listed as primary emergency contact above you. My stomach turned to ice. That's impossible. I'm a single mother. I've never listed anyone as his father because his father isn't in the picture. She turned the monitor toward me. There it was in black and white. Garrett's full name, his phone number, his home address, listed on every single form going back 3 years. I didn't write this, I whispered. Someone changed these records. Ma'am, these forms have your signature on them. She showed me scanned copies of the original paperwork, my handwriting, my signature. But I knew with absolute certainty I had never written my brother's name on any document related to my son. Garrett and I hadn't spoken in 4 years. Not since the huge fight at our father's funeral where he accused me of stealing from the estate. He lived 2 states away and didn't even know what school Theo attended. I drove straight to Theo's classroom. I needed to see him right now. When I walked in, his teacher looked surprised. Oh, you just missed him. His uncle picked him up early for the dentist appointment. My blood ran cold. What uncle? Garrett. He's been picking Theo up early every Wednesday for the past 2 months. He's on the approved list and showed proper ID. I couldn't breathe. My brother had been taking my son out of school for 2 months and nobody told me. I called Garrett immediately. He answered on the first ring like he was expecting my call. Hey sis, wondering when you'd finally notice. Where is my son? Our son is fine. He's right here with me. Say hi to mommy, Theo. I heard Theo's voice in the background. Hi mommy. Uncle Garrett is taking me to get ice cream. Garrett, what is this? What are you doing? His voice dropped to something cold and unfamiliar. I'm taking back what should have been mine. You know Theo isn't really yours, right? You know the truth about what happened 8 years ago. I froze. There was something I'd never told anyone. Something I'd buried so deep I almost convinced myself it never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Sure you do. The clinic, the mix-up, the reason Theo has my eyes instead of yours. The room started spinning. When I couldn't conceive naturally, I went through IVF at a clinic that later got shut down for improper protocols. They'd lost track of samples, made mistakes. I'd always suspected something was wrong, but the clinic destroyed their records before anyone could investigate. I've spent 4 years tracking down every employee from that clinic, Garrett continued. One of them finally talked last month. Your eggs weren't viable. They used a donor, and they accidentally used a family member's sample that was stored there from years ago. You're lying. I'm Theo's biological father, not some random donor. Me. The clinic made an impossible mistake and created my son. Then they gave him to you instead of telling me the truth. I was shaking so hard I had to lean against the wall. Why didn't you just tell me? Why take him secretly? Because you would have fought me. You would have hidden him. This way, I've been building a relationship with him. He knows me now. He loves me. And I have documented proof that he's biologically mine. His voice softened. I don't want to take him from you completely. I just want what's mine. I want to be his father officially. We can share custody. And if I refuse, then everyone finds out the truth, including Theo. Do you want him to learn his whole life was built on a medical mistake? I heard my son laughing in the background with the man who might actually be his real father. The man who had been secretly grooming a relationship with him for months while I knew nothing. Bring him home, I said quietly. Then we'll talk. He agreed. But when Theo came through the door that evening, he ran to hug me and said something that shattered everything. Mommy, Uncle Garrett says I might get to live at 2 houses soon. Is that true? I looked at my son and realized the battle had already begun.